the Generic Geriatric Cyclist. Hello, and welcome to the channel. I'm the Generic Geriatric Cyclist. Today we're going to discuss what I learned, if anything, during 2021. I started this YouTube channel in the beginning of 2021 to document my attempt to use the general principles of structured training to get this old body into shape. Nothing went right. I didn't get an April level of fitness until September, late September at that. I was way behind the curve. So, did I have a bad plan or just a bad execution of what may have been a good plan? I'd venture to guess that it was the latter of the two. There was a glaring hole in the beginning of the season. When I went out on the bike, my back was sore and I would not admit that I needed a bike fitting. I mean, I couldn't be getting old, could I? I couldn't admit to myself that my back was becoming less flexible and I needed a more upright position. I'll probably make new mistakes, probably plenty of new mistakes, but I won't make that mistake again. I'm not 100% sure of what my 2022 plan will be, but I know that it won't be the standard strategy of building a base in the off-season. I can't sit on a trainer for hours at a time doing zones 1 and 2, no matter how many dinosaurs, dolphins, and sloths show up on my training platform. Even thumbs up from fellow riders won't keep me engaged in long, slow riding on Zwift. Ride on. Before I went outdoors and started riding exclusively in zones 1 and 2, I was indoors on Zwift, and sometimes I was riding a lot of hills and I was pushing pretty hard. It seemed that once I stopped pushing up hills, I lost much of my ability and desire to push up hills. The alternative to long indoor rides, putting in big miles while wintering on the island of Majorca, is way out of the realm of possibility for me. Maybe someday. I embraced the conventional wisdom of building up a base of Zone 1 and Zone 2 rides before going into higher intensities. After about 2 months of riding exclusively in Zones 1 and 2, that's all I was capable of doing, riding in Zones 1 and 2. Riding long miles in the winter and picking up intensity in the spring has long been the way of fitness for racing cyclists. What's good for people that are training for the upcoming racing season isn't necessarily the same as what's good for an old guy just trying to keep up on a group ride. But the only race I'm in is the race against time. Then, in retrospect, I realized that my goals were too ambitious. They were more like a wish list than a list of goals. First of all, I'm not a long-distance cyclist. I don't have the necessary patience for that. I can't spend 3-4 hours in the saddle. I've only done 3 century rides, one for each decade that I cycled in. What made me think that I could do one this year after 2 bad years in a row? And climbing the Alpe de Zwift? Oh, come on. Maybe the biggest problem of all was that I didn't take weight loss seriously, no matter what I said on this channel. There are some overweight people who have the necessary leg strength to compensate for the extra weight that they're carrying. I'm not one of them. I lost 10 pounds at the beginning of the year, and by the end of the year, I gained them all back. So I powered up the Google machine to see if I could find any training plans that were directed toward old guys like me. The plans that were directed toward older cyclists were for people that are about the age of my children. It looks like I might have to wing it and come up with my own plan. If that doesn't work, I'll consider getting an online coach. And if that doesn't work, well, I don't know. The other thing I learned, and I should have known that already, is that things just don't go the way we plan. In the meantime, I have 4 movie reviews that are going to be aired during the month of December, and I hope you'll watch them. Again, thanks for watching, and so long.